Get ready. Let's get started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm wearing my BlizzCon t-shirt too.
Oh, nice.
Mostly because I only have 3 fingers.
All right, hello and welcome to the stream. I'm your host Fitzy here. Today we've got doing a little bit different things today. We got some special guests here, as you can see. So everyone say hello. Everyone say hello.
Hello. Hello.
And if you don't know who they are, they got their little pictures by who they are. So they're the voice of the characters that are there. Of course, we have also Michael Chu over here. If you want to do a little introduction for yourself.
The voice of Michael Chu.
That's right. I speak for myself.
Absolutely. The one and only.
Yay.
So today we're going to be doing a little Q&A and stuff, little panel, and you can also, of course, get their autographs over here if you type autograph, and you can pick who you'd like to get an autograph from. I'm sure they'd love it. Of course, you can see they've got some pops and whatnot behind them that they're going to be signing, so feel free to do that. But without further ado, we're going to get started. Who's going to talk first? Who's ready to jump?
Like Michael Chu.
Yeah, I didn't realize I didn't realize I had agreed to moderate. I actually thought I just got to sit and listen to you guys talk. But
Okay.
I guess I can try and do a little bit. But maybe I think since this is kind of like a panel, why don't we start with introductions in some order that you all can figure out.
Sure. I've got the order. Or never mind. You go ahead. We'll just do
No,
it.
go, Fitzy.
Wow.
You the man. Yes.
All right,
We
Mercy.
trust
What's
you.
up? What's up,
Overarching.
Mercy? Let's hear it.
Oh, hi. I'm Lucy Pohl, and I'm the voice of Mercy. The doctor is in.
Yeah.
Size, height, right. Perfect.
Farah.
Hey, hi, I am Jen Cohn, and I am the VA for Farah, and I've got you on my radar. Hi, guys. Hello, chat. I'm loving all this chat.
Well, yeah, let's put the chat.
Yeah.
Yes, Chad is excited for today, as you can see. I'm sure they'll be demanding plenty of voice lines, so we'll get to that. Symmetra, you want to give a little intro?
Shoot, right when I was trying to pull up the chat. Oh, she's so not ready. Hi guys, I'm Anjali Bhamani, and I am apparently playing the sound on Fitzy's stream right now. I'm Anjali Bhamani, the incredibly scattered voice actress for Symmetra. Welcome to my reality.
Oh, something already messed up. All right, continue. Cool.
And a bunch of other things.
Oh, we lost his name. Widowmaker, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Chloe Hollings, the voice of Widowmaker. One shot, one kill. And I'm so happy to be here.
Perfect. And then... Hold on, we got messed up. Sorry. Diva, we got Diva here.
Hi! I'm trying to figure out how to change my name from You Family, which I didn't realize I was logged in as, to my name, Charlotte Chung. And I play Diva. Annyeong.
All right, and then we have got the Sombra.
Sombra Online, EMP activated. Thank you so much for having us. I'm Carolina Ravassa, the voice of Sombra. And guys, Fitzy plays Sombra all the time, so I hope to give you a lot of PTSD as I go, apagando las luces. Boop.
Oh, we'll hear that play. We hear that here all the time on this channel.
Absolutely. Thanks for hosting us.
Absolutely. Just getting a little fix then. Sombra's hacking the stream. Everything's getting messed up per usual.
It's a classic Sombra.
The top of your head is really great. It's wonderful.
Thank you. All right, we're good. Oh, no, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I messed it up again. Okay, let's see.
Sombra.
Boom! Okay, we're good. We got it. Nobody move. Nobody. All right.
Nobody move.
So, and Michael Chu, give yourself a little intro again.
Yeah, hey, I'm Michael Chu, and I am not a voice actor, but I was formerly the lead writer for Overwatch, and now on to other things.
On to other things. Cool.
Woo. There are other things besides Overwatch?
Never. There's nothing else.
Overwatch 2, of course. We'll get there eventually.
We think.
We think, yeah. It's a unknown date. Of course, I'm sure you guys. Well, I don't know how much we could talk. You guys can stop me when you're allowed to. I don't want to make anybody in trouble. But I'm sure you guys have done the little voices for Overwatch 2 or something. So hope that's been fun or exciting or whatever.
We've done little tiny voices.
Yeah.
Little voices. Just little voices. We haven't done full-sized voices, just little ones.
Do I need to do some little voices? Does this?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
What happened? Did we lose somebody?
Internet. Oh, we lost Charlotte. Oops.
Where's Charlotte?
Oh my goodness.
Where's Charlotte?
You might be
Probably
trying
just want to change her name.
That's right.
That's
Okay.
right.
Fitzy prepared me for this, and if in case we lose anybody, we're just gonna deal with the tech. Sombra's here, and she loves to stuff up. So we're just rolling with the punches, okay?
Exactly.
And that's okay.
Nicely
She
done.
lost
By the way,
the mech. She's getting it back.
Every time I do a live signing and my internet messes up, someone is always there to say, "Sombra, stop it!"
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, she's back.
Oh.
She's coming back. Perfect.
There she is.
Yay!
Perfect.
Well, on the subject of Overwatch 2, on behalf of us, the clueless public, can you guys tell us when the game's coming out?
Yeah.
February
We all wanna know.
22nd.
My God.
Year 2045. We see it.
I've been given permission to tell you guys. Are you ready?
Yeah. Ooh, tell us.
All right. The game is coming out.
We can lip read. We'll find someone to lip read.
Cry.
That's
So,
it. That was the joke. That was.
It was good. It was
What's
good.
the real question, Michael?
No, that was my real question. I was testing you, seeing how you are at deflecting.
After all these years, you're still testing us?
Right, seriously.
We would say nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Bamboo
I
shoots under our fingernails. We know how not to talk. We're good.
Yeah, and I live in fear of getting in trouble. So, that's just never gonna happen.
Specific kind
you guys heard it here first.
Yeah,
Right.
so there's definitely
Yeah,
good trouble. I'm very
Yeah,
happy.
vintage trouble you're good at, but
Very
not
good.
exactly.
little
Exactly. Yeah.
little shameless
need to pass
it.
promotion.
So I got a question overall. Anyone can take this. What has it been to not go to conventions this year? As much as you guys do the acting, you guys have all gone to conventions and been a part of not just Overwatch conventions, but plenty of conventions throughout the year. So what has it been like to have that part of missing, not being able to travel?
I think really sad. Yeah, it's the worst.
Really
It's such a bummer.
I found out where things are in my apartment.
Good.
I mean, I think I speak for many of us when we really miss the one-on-one interaction with the community. It's great to be able to connect online, obviously, and we all have had access to that for many years, but getting that chance to share in the energy of a convention and share that feeling of being in this place where everybody's celebrating the things they love and celebrating each other for loving the things they love, like that, I certainly it's a big hole that I miss. It's a hole in my heart that I'm looking forward to filling back up when we can go back.
I took the whole year off because we were doing conventions for so many years, all of us in the group, and I was like, I think I'm just going to take this opportunity. I was making a small human also, so I just decided, okay, I'm going to take the
Tiny little project.
Yeah. Just another one, and then I'm going to make a third. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm done. I'm so done.
Well, they also have the perfect names, so you wouldn't. I mean, if you had the third, what would you do?
I was we were just talking about that. I was like, we would call it
Three.
Trace, right.
But yeah, we were, I took the whole year off on, deliberately. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take a break and see what it's like. What, maybe we'll be coming back. Like, it's like every month I was thinking we'll be coming back. And then it just started getting like just more and more apparent that, we were obviously not coming back. And so last week I had my first virtual signing. And I thought that it wouldn't feel so, like, it'd feel so different from the convention feel. And it does. Obviously, we can't get any feedback, but it was actually really nice to be able to, connect with people. And I had a lot of fun. Yeah. I think it's go by so fast at home. It's so crazy.
It does.
I feel like it's a fix, like getting to do this online and getting to be in the chat and getting to see all of your faces, because I miss you guys so badly. It's like terrible.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, a year ago, Caro, we were in Vegas, and then Lucy, you and I had just taken off and had our crazy adventure in Europe. And so, like, not having that kind of QT with you guys is like hurts, and I'm such a hugger and a kisser, so not getting to hug people and squeeze people and see people that way. But this definitely is a fix, which I think a lot of people aren't getting fixes like that in this time. So I'm grateful.
Yeah, I completely agree. The aspect of like meeting all the other Overwatch, actors, and sometimes even like some you have never met before. That was really, really good. I must also say my knowledge about the game is declining. I got a lot of my information from panels and, conventions, and I was like, oh, that's her voice line. That's her voice line. That's cool. So yeah, I need more conventions.
More conventions.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of you guys have, you have to fill that time with something, that void with something. And so some of you have been on Twitch and making stuff on Twitch. So that I'm like, oh, they're getting on Twitch. They're getting, you don't have to just do gaming. Do you guys want to talk about what you've been doing on your channels for those?
Sure.
Well, Jen and Lucy have been doing it for longer, but I started recently in the pandemic. I'm on a game called Valorant as well, so I started interviewing the voice actors for Valorant because I thought, oh, what a cool way to expose these people to the internet. But then it's become a cool, like a Q&A type hang with voice actors from all different animations and video games. And I actually, selfishly, I just really love it because I get to know these people better. And it's like a little podcast, but it's videoed, and I really enjoy it. So that's been my experience with the Twitch. Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Yay! Yay!
Jen and Lucy have very creative, cool things going on Twitch.
I started the twitching a year ago. It was just over a year ago. The twitching. I started the twitching a year ago, and it started because whenever I would go to so for those of you who aren't familiar with my work and me, I had two lines of career. I always was a voice actor and performer, and I have a fashion background and a fashion industry thing. And so when I would go to conventions, people kept on asking me who I was wearing and what I was wearing and how did I put my look together, and would ask me style questions. And meanwhile, I was watching the retail industry change dramatically, and I have all these relationships with international independent designers. And I kept thinking, how do I introduce this fashion audience or these fashion people to this gaming audience, because the gaming community is so creative and so interesting, and all these cosplayers and all these people who are really invested in style and self-expression and going against the grain. And I realized Twitch would be a great place because I could be meeting gamers, I could be bringing indie designers and bring people together. So I do a lot of style streams where we do field trips, where we go to stores, where we go to designers showrooms, where we do virtual streams, where independent designers offer special things to the community, which has been awesome. So there's the whole styling angle. And then I started on Mondays doing these advice streams, and it's real talk advice streams where people, the kind of things that would happen at conventions where we would talk about what's going on in your lives. And so on Mondays at 5 Eastern time, I do an Ask Bird Mom.
and we talk about what's going on in your life. And it's a real time in person. You can either write in or talk on camera. And so it's Mondays and either Wednesdays or Fridays. Those are the streams, and it's been really fun. I love it.
Mercy, I know you've streamed stuff.
I used to run a live in-person comedy show in New York called Immigrant Jam with Immigrant Comics, and that Anjali has been on.
And I saw it. I was there for it.
That was fun.
Yeah, I was there.
And then when the pandemic happened, I started sort of doing it on Instagram Live, but for some reason my Instagram Live would crash like every 2 seconds, and then
You're so hot.
Yeah.
Pretty much why. That's pretty much why. No, it is.
Definitely why.
That's how it works.
And then I started saying like, oh, every time this crashes, I'll do a shot, and then that just went really bad.
Got better.
And then Ness, the pro Ness, was a fan, an Overwatch fan, and also came to the live shows in New York, my live comedy shows, and had been helping Jen with her Twitch odyssey.
Ness has been both of our producer and muse and beloved friend. So we love her.
So Ness was like, you need to get on Twitch. This won't happen on Twitch. And so I realized that I didn't realize beforehand that Twitch, that you could sort of have like your own TV channel in a way, you know, and put on like multiple shows, and that there was a lot of possibilities to do really cool stuff. And so that was a really cool challenge to kind of like figure out like, oh, what do I want the look of the show to be? So like, what are the overlays going to be? And like, how can we have multiple people on? And how can we have games, like improv games? And how can we make the show like a real variety show, or like kind of like a late night show? That was kind of the idea that I had for the show. And so I started doing that and having guests on, people that I've met at Comic-Cons or people that I found inspiring, you know, the Overwatch cast, obviously, and then other people from other fandoms. and then I brought fans on to play the games, and this little family started forming. Then I started a show with a character called Rhonda. She did live teletherapy with comedians, and then I started a cooking show, which I do on Thursdays sometimes, and Immigrant Jam Live runs on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
There you go. Yeah, Twitch is a fun place to be, and again, like it started out as gaming, but slowly people realize that, you know, you can just do more more entertainment, more cooking, variety, IRL with just not gaming stuff, and collaboration and talk shows and all that. So cool stuff.
It's been an interesting thing too. Because I started my show I Am Fun Size on YouTube, and then because of Twitch, I started bringing over the live, longer format versions. So I have the smaller 5-minute, just here and there things, but been able to bring on. I think Jeannie came on from our cast. Haven't yet had all of you guys on the long form one yet on Twitch or on YouTube Live. And Charlotte and Lucy, I haven't had on either place yet. But it's been really fun to have both the live chat available, and then also to be able to do the one-offs that are pre-recorded and be able to engage with the community live, because it is such a personal show, and it is so much about figuring out how to work through your challenges in ways so you can live a bigger life and live a more fun life. And there's so many, it's so great to get the insight from people who are in the entertainment industry and other places, to get the insight of all of the challenges they faced, rather than people seeing only, oh, this is the voice actor from this big thing, and this is all about the process of being a voice actor on this project. It's been really great hearing people talk through their struggles and through the things that have made them who they are, because of the difficulty that they overcame, not just because of all the fun stuff that we all know.
I mentioned this at the BlizzCon panel last week, but I think, you know, just seeing the evolution of our cast over the last 5, plus years, and seeing that all of us have used our platforms for good. And, you know, whether it is the I Am Fun Size or, you know, all the fun stuff on Twitch and everything, I think, like, I don't know, I am in admiration of...
and learned how to make pretty much any food item that you possibly could want in that Instant Pot, including, I made a birthday cake for Miss Chloe Hollings in the Instant Pot.
Wow!
Instant Pot? I didn't know that.
Wow!
It's not something that one would think you can make in an Instant Pot.
It was made out of rice. But
I noticed.
It's a flourless chocolate cake, and you know, I don't know if you know this about Chloe, but she is French. And the French do not mess around with their desserts, so that was like there was a high bar to handle. I don't know how. I shouldn't probably ask this in public because the answer could be it was awful. But how was that?
Chloe.
How was it? Are you?
Oh, you know, it was really good, and it was, I must say, that day was amazing because so my birthday was on April 15th.
Our birthday.
Write that down.
Both of your birthday.
Our birthday. Birthdays. I'm sorry. Both of our birthdays. But so what I meant was I didn't really want to like pinpoint on our birthday, but the lockdown started like March 17th or something, and it was originally going to be 1 month. And so I realized that my first ever birthday, like in America, I was literally going to be like by myself. I wasn't going to get a hug. I wasn't going to kiss. I wasn't going to get like, you know, any contact whatsoever. Like I don't have a pet. I don't have a husband, like all these things. So I just like reached out to my friends and I was like, if anyone wants to like send me something through the post, that would make me really happy that I can, something that I can actually open up, you know, something that like, is physical, material. And so Anjali and Carolina took it as a prompt to actually come and surprise me with masks and everything. So if you can remember what it was like back then, like 3 weeks into, you know, being locked down, that was pretty amazing.
That was fun. Socially distanced serenading. And Instant Pot cake.
Yes, amazing.
Apparently good. So my next goal is to now get everyone in my world to get themselves an Instant Pot so that we can all enjoy cooking together. I might have to send one to you, Lucy, so we can cook together on your show. It might legit have to happen. Also, anyone interested in cooking Indian food, Instant Pot. Instant Pot.
Why don't you make a flourless chocolate cake? Chloe, you're not gluten-free, right?
No, but the flourlessness makes it like moist and dense and delicious. Without the flour, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't get like cakey. It gets more like, it's just denser and more chocolatey. It eliminates the middleman between me and the chocolate, and that's what I care about.
Less air.
Exactly, less air between my chocolate.
All right, I have a follow-up question to that, which is, okay, so we found out what you've all been up to during quarantine. What do you think your characters would be up to in quarantine? How would they have passed the time?
I have an answer.
Do it.
Yeah, me too.
I think Eva would be in a pod with her mecha squad at her Busan base, and she would be fixing up her Toki, which is the name of her mecha. And instead of sourdough bread, she would be trying to make a snack version of hotdog, which is like a Korean version of pancakes with like a pancake sandwich with like filling in the middle. It's delicious. It's a very popular street food, and obviously playing a lot of video games.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like the squad would have to be like, you know how they do in like K-pop concerts, they're doing all these like, you know, virtual concerts and stuff like that. I feel like they'd have some sort of like watch the Mecha Squad training or something, virtual streams or something like that.
Farah would be working out. Farah would be doing a lot of push-ups, triceps, lots of abs.
She would be ruminating about how to make her relationship with her mother better. She might be doing lots of teletherapy, trying to figure out, video therapy sessions. That would be the focus, I think, of what she would do.
I think, that relationship has to be a two-way street, though, I feel like.
Right? I know, poor girl. I know.
So what I'm hearing, though, is that, as far as working out so much, they might have to refit the armor to fit the new muscles and everything, right?
Yeah, it should be a
That's what
beast.
the Overwatch 2 is going to be.
They're like, we spent all this time making your new armor.
I love it.
The waist gets smaller, the shoulders get bigger. Yeah, it should be amazing.
She's walking around like this all the time.
I think Mercy would have gotten 4 more PhDs, learned Japanese, Arabic, Marie Kondo'd everybody else's house, all the other heroes' houses, and she probably would have started knitting.
I want Mercy. Sweater knit by Mercy.
Yeah, I think
I mean, Symmetra has just been city planning. She has just been planning out. She's like, okay, there's a pandemic happening. I don't know when this is ending. She's been using her hard light technology and all of her planning to figure out a way to create a world where everybody is still able to stay separate and safe and all of that stuff. But she's like planning underground tunnels. She's got a whole making the world a better place through hard light architecture situation. She's been like, okay.
Yeah, look at that.
This is what we're doing.
I love
Symmetra would be figuring out how to rebuid cities in a post-pandemic reality.
Yeah, she'd be like, oh, this is my lane. Put me in, coach.
Farts just said
He's like-
Widowmaker would be selling art on Etsy under.
I was gonna say, I think Widowmaker pre-pandemic was probably already super organized, only surrounded by things that spark joy, arms and stuff. So I think that image that they say about Michelangelo, that when he was creating the David, he spent weeks just looking at this piece of stone and visualizing what the David was going to be. I think that's exactly the kind of thing that she would be doing, just sitting and imagining what the future holds for her.
She's got and she doesn't have to worry about social distancing, right? Because she's got that giant castle basically for herself.
Yeah, she's pretty distanced. But she's also already dead, right? Inside, so she's not going to get sick.
I think
that's good.
To waste time with people basically who are not at her level, which is basically everybody. So this is a good opportunity for her to finally focus.
Yeah, I think Sombra would be in her jam because, Divas, she's kind of just used to being in front of a computer screen, so they're cool. She would definitely be messing with people's streams on Twitch, for sure. She'd be messing with Fitzy. She'd be hacking all the Zoom classes and, throwing funny little GIFs in there. And I'd like to think that she'd be hacking, the big corporations with billions of dollars and, redistributing wealth to, the mom and pop shops that are screwed over to, people who can't pay rent.
Robin Hood, Sombra. Love it.
She's skipping the
She's the one
fundraisers and just taking money from the places she doesn't want.
She planned the GameStop.
Yeah,
I was gonna-
all the money. So
GameStop is straight up Sombra's jam.
Totally.
I can't stop thinking now about what Team Talon's Zoom calls are like. We've got Widowmaker and we've got Sombra in their windows, and Doomfist can't keep everyone in control because he can't just intimidate people because they're we're not even near you.
Oh my god. Well, someone in the chat mentioned imagine Anna on Zoom talking to Farah. How adorable would that be? They're well, we need to talk about our problems, daughter. And she's
Imagine. Oh my God. Oh, so sad. Oh.
Yeah.
If that would be a little bit like my family's. My mom does not understand. Mom, I don't know if anyone else is having this, but my mom is the host to the most when she gets on Zoom. She just tells people who's talking next.
Wow.
I love it.
She's like Michael Chu of.
My mom is hosting like Fitzy when she's on Zoom.
Darling Fred Ben says Reaper would be like, I don't know how to turn this filter off, but I'm not a cat.
I'm not.
And then it's like a tiny kitty going, die, die, die.
Oh, I want to see Reaper with like a cat mask. I think that'd be great.
Oh my god. So
You guys are referring to that like court thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I'm here and I'm not a cat.
I'm not a
Oh, I love that.
Forward.
I can tell, sir, that you're not a cat.
Like started with that woman on the corporate call who was a potato. Like that was in the very beginning of the pandemic. She was on some like corporation-wide like early Zoom, and her kid had turned her into a potato, and she couldn't turn it back. So it's like this whole thing. So
I
yeah.
want to know how to be a potato. I want someone make me a potato.
I think we can. I think we can do it now. I think right now you could be a potato on.
Someone make Anjali.
Nobody touch anything. We're not messing it up.
Zola, make her a
Create
potato.
a big rift in the space-time continuum if I touch anything. I'm not.
One of my friends is a teacher, and she said that students were like pre-filming themselves just sitting there, or like putting a picture in their Zoom box, so like they were present. So I would totally do that. And she's like, I ain't attending a stupid Monday morning meeting with talent. I'm a pretend I'm there.
You know, the best part is that those students probably think they invented that idea and don't know about speed.
Exactly.
Right. Totally.
Have Gaku fill in for me.
Oh,
perfect.
Everyone, we have Gaku here.
Gaku's here, and true to Gaku. Not saying
Oh, cute.
Gaku, what are you doing in
Being
quarantine?
lovely.
He's working out. He's working out. We all know he's working out.
Gratuitous photos with muscles.
Do Genji's muscles grow though? Yeah.
is mine.
I don't know. You should know that, right?
Have you guys seen that mouse which is like Genji's butt, and that's where your hand rests?
Yes.
Yes.
The mouse pad.
No.
Which one?
Oh my God.
Exactly which one?
No.
I just used the real thing.
There she goes. That's our girl.
Nice.
That was a joke for everybody that doesn't understand what I'm saying.
So this is the end. No.
Everyone.
Well, if you guys, do you guys have any other ending to that one, or should we take
Any
another
other
question?
Move it on. Keep it
That
going.
was fun. I like that one.
All right. Okay, let's see here. If you could swap a role with another Overwatch voice actor and play their character, who would it be?
I always have the same answer. I always say Widowmaker. Also, I'm getting picked up in a second here. I always say Widowmaker because I just want to talk like this all day and eat croissants.
Who doesn't want to talk like this all day?
It's true. It's true.
I used to always say Junkrat because I love. If at first you don't succeed, blow it up again. But I kind of received my own Junkrat because now my character in Valorant, she's Brazilian, so she's like a Lucio Junkrat, and I kind of love that mix. So it's a little mix of both. So I'm getting it.
Those are always my two.
There you go. It's more like justice. There you go. Yeah, she does get killed a lot during that.
That's me every time I ever did it. Yep.
I've been asked to sign a lot of autographs. Justice reigns from ... Yeah.
All right, we have to get quiet for this one.
Okay.
Persona Shapamoka.
Oh, nice.
I was like, they're gonna Shapamoya. That's I know. It's like there's weird French stuff and R's in there. It doesn't sound like it.
French. Believe me, I have heard a lot of people say that line to me. French.
Well, thank you for my French. Wait, let's see. What is Mercy's? They've changed it so many times. Like I'm trying to think. What is it now? No, because she's like Hindständisch, but that's like the. Then there was like the heroes never die, but then there's like the heroes never die for a price. but that's like the red. It's not her ult anymore. So yeah.
Pretty good.
I know what happened. You have too much knowledge. That's why you.
I heard a lot of voices. I hear your voices all the time. So
Paralyzed. He's going crazy.
I didn't even know for a price. I didn't know that.
that's a specific skin one.
Yeah. Well, my favorite Mercy one is, oh, go heal yourself. That's the one I want. That's the one I've been requesting for years now. Oh, just go heal yourself.
Wait, does she have that one or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wrote that.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's gonna get Michael. If you had to make a living imitating one voice actor of the game, which one is your most accurate?
Probably Winston, I think.
Give it to us.
I feel so bad because I think I'm going to see Crispin tomorrow and he's going to kill me. Let's see. What does he say?
The peanut butter thing.
It's only physics.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. So good.
Bad at it.
What?
And that's it.
Is that it?
I don't know. What else does he say? Imagination is the essence of discovery.
Oh, good.
Cute. So cute, Winston.
Yogi Winston, yes.
Yogi Winston. Hey, boo. Let's go snatch some picnic baskets.
Hold on, Divas trying to talk.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, I know. Like it's not picking up on it. I've always thought that Crispin's face and, well, not body, but like his being is really different from his voice and in the voice of Winston. And I know that like Andrea was even saying like, because she's known him for years and years and years and was like, I didn't even think that I was going to choose him or go towards that direction, but he did such a good job and has such a, wide breadth of voices that he does, and I don't know. I would say that would be the most impressive in terms of like person versus character.
Yeah, that's true. So true.
Yes,
right.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Although Darren does look pretty darn different. But he has that gregarious personality when he gets excited about things, so that does seem very true to form. But you look at him and you're like, who's this lovely accountant gentleman? And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, it's so cool. Yeah. And
Next.
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading. Let's see here. What is the most interesting characteristic of your respective heroes? What do you find the most interesting about your hero?
Die. Interesting characteristics.
Interesting, is that the word? Interesting.
Oh, I
That
got
is the word.
Michael once told me that Mercy's boobs are all armor.
Every time. Every time. It's the one thing I ever told you about.
I'll never get over it. It's the only thing I have, the only hope for live action Mercy.
So she's actually flat, and it's like Billy Ross from the 50s. It's all armor, no boob. That's awesome.
I like that every time you say that, it makes it seem like we were just like chatting, and I was like, by the way, important thing you need to know about this character.
Absolutely, man. I'm just gonna pretend it was.
If that's true, does that mean that Mercy is half like like a robot? What does that mean? If just her breasts
means that the shape.
No, it's just that her armor has been made
her
to look.
armor. Okay, so it's not that her actual body parts are armor.
No, she doesn't have to wear a padded or push-up. She just puts her armor on and she's stacked and she's like done. Great.
These things get in the way sometimes. So, if they were like, if it's just armor, that's solid.
What things? They don't. What are you talking about? They don't get in the way. I think my most strange thing is her webbed feet, man. What the heck, dude?
Can we not have those frog shoes that Sombra has? Like, I wish they were just like regular cool Chucks, you know? But that's it.
Those are pretty, like, I feel like those are practical if you just decide you want to, you know, go for a swim.
Climb a tree.
You decide when you're on your mega hikes, you see a beautiful lake or a stream and you want to forge across. I feel like they're quite practical.
I guess they're good for translocating, which I don't have experience with personally, so I can't judge.
Does every skin of yours, like, the webbing changes, the design? Or does the shoe actually end up changing and looking real, like a real shoe sometimes?
Yeah, no, the shoe does change. Especially like in the Frankenbride thing, but
Maybe you should get an underwater skin, a mermaid.
No, you do have
Well, I have Tulum.
You have Tulum.
But that's not really mermaid, is it?
Oh yeah, no, she's just scuba diving.
Mermaid Sombra.
Snorkeling.
I love it. Well, following along this line of thought, Farah, for a very macho, buff, tall, strong girl, has incredibly delicate, tiny little ankles. She has the most femme little skinny ankles, and it's in all of the armor and it's in everything, but like bizarrely tiny little lovely ankles. And I always am like, wow, look at that. How does she stand up? Like she has like her feet are solid, but her ankles are like wisp ankles. It's amazing.
Yeah, she and Hanzo, I think, both have that ankle thing going on.
It's sexy, it's great, but it's like, you know, it's anatomically difficult.
They need to have a critical hitbox on their ankles. I'm hearing that.
Yeah. A proverbial Achilles heel.
Yeah, totally. This wasn't the intent of the question, but I like that it's headed this way.
Me too.
I had a completely different answer, so I'm gonna double up if you don't mind, because I do have something that's personality that I think is interesting, but also something physical. But what I love about Symmetra's personality is that despite the fact that she is so logical and orderly and all of that, that she has such a strong connection to dance. That for some reason that is where all of her emotion and creativity really flows and flourishes, and that she's found a way to incorporate that into this very rigid and orderly mindset and worldview, because it just seems like such a unique and unexpected way that her culture comes through, an unexpected way that her creativity comes through, and also that's a very solo thing, which makes sense because she's definitely kind of like she's a solo act. But also that someone who's incredibly practical and incredibly interested in order versus chaos runs around in high heels and thigh highs is an interesting choice to me, because that feels like that would be decidedly impractical, and yet she manages to pull it. I mean, I run around in high heels too, though.
I was going to say relatable for you.
Yes.
I am much more comfortable in high heels. I was just running all night in high heels the other night, and we'll just leave that there. I'm not going to be able to fill anybody in on that. That seems interesting to me that was her choice. But she does rock it.
Yes.
Definitely, like if anyone is going to be wearing thigh highs and heels, I feel like she's a good choice to be doing it. She is definitely inspiration to me to keep working out. That is for sure.
All right, I got a question for. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say something very similar, but I'll be quick. Don't worry. One thing that I realized recently and that I find really interesting is that about Widowmaker is that when she does her little dance bit, you know, like we all do, she's a ballerina dancer, and it suddenly hit me recently that, oh my God, this cold, stern woman, emotionless, was like really the opposite of that before whatever happened to her. Like she was a dancer and maybe like an artist, and she was in love. And what I find really interesting is just how far away from herself she has now become. That's it.
Cool.
And still so elegant, though.
Yes.
You can definitely you can still see the dancer.
And precise.
Well, she has to be precise with her kills, so makes sense. She's rehearsed.
Yeah. Ditsy, wait, before you move on, can we ask Michael if he ever, did they ever show you a rendering where you were like, okay, guys, Symmetra would never run in those heels? Or, okay, guys, I don't know if this is going to work for that character. And then you, suggested to change it?
I mean,
Or
I don't know about like me in particular, but like, yeah, definitely we go through that early on in the hero discussions, practicality, you know, kind of all sorts of different considerations on the outfits. Though while you guys were talking, I was just remembering, I think someone was talking about Fars, what's the name of the skin? Is it called Aviator? And that was one that I like championing forever. Like people were getting tired. I was just like, something where she's wearing less armor. Like that's what I want to see. So I was pretty excited to see that one pop out.
So many people have been cosplaying her dressed that way as casual Farah. Like that was always the look, and everybody always went toward that same Top Gun look for casual Farah. So Aviator just nailed it. It was so great. It was like just everybody felt like they'd been validated in what they assumed she wore off duty. It's so good.
Yeah, and they knocked it out of the park. That skin looks amazing.
Out of the park. So good.
Well, while we're talking about early on in hero designs and whatnot, what was one of the heroes that had, like, I guess of these heroes that had the most redesigns or the most reworks? Aside, I guess early on in production, we know Symmetra's been reworked a lot and whatnot. So I guess early on, actually, I guess Mercy has as well.
Yeah,
gone
Mercy
through a lot
was
of changes.
Mercy was a boy, no?
I'm not sure about that. That was before me, I think, when they made that decision. But the one that sprung to mind for me, and now it's escaping my mind. Who was I going to say? Oh, Sombra, actually. So Sombra, and I think actually, if you looked on the internet, you can see some of the early Sombra designs. But she has a whole bunch of different looks that all look pretty cool. Like there's a really early one where she's like a like Japanese street style character, and then there's some different iterations of kind of incorporating some kind of cultural elements into her design. So she had a lot of different stuff from that perspective, and then just the character itself also changed a lot because like hacking, how did hacking work? How did all her abilities? I remember there was a lot of kind of back and forth on. So yeah, I think Sombra probably of the ones here. I guess. I think Symmetra originally was yellow, and there's a tribute skin to that original yellow look. One of her color schemes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Widowmaker always supposed to be blue? Because that's also a great story. Like.
Yes, I believe that was always an homage to the other Blizzard kind of blue ladies.
Ladies.
Cool. Okay, of everyone here, I know some of you guys have played Overwatch. Who has not? Have anybody not played Overwatch yet?
I've tried only. Like I haven't really like played a full game. I mean, I have. It just was very short.
That just died real fast.
PS4.
What was that?
Did you play on PC or PS4?
Next question.
Were you using a controller or
was it on a keyboard?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Was it with Aaron Fitzbadass?
Yes, it was with Aaron.
I think it was with a keyboard.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I think it was with the keyboard too, because actually I remember there was this like this thing going on, you know, where you have to like swipe, whatever. Probably a PC, sorry.
I played with Fitzy and there is footage of it. Did something happen? Oh shoot!
Yeah, the chat's going nuts. Something's going on.
Can they hear us? Can they hear us?
They can hear you. They just can't see anything.
We've turned into a podcast. This is great.
Perfect.
Let's sing a song.
Let's talk about serial killers since we're a
Guys,
podcast
this is
now.
where we all take our clothes off. Michael, that's hilarious.
True crime. This is now a true crime podcast.
It's okay, Fitzy. We love you. It's the internet.
It's all good. Yeah.
And
that's Sombra.
This overlay and everything was already.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, now that we've become just audio, I do have an audio-related question. So, one thing I don't know if people can people actually hear us now?
This is like Clubhouse now. We're on Clubhouse.
Right, exactly.
They can hear us, right?
Okay.
Well, if no one can see me, I'm getting a cup of coffee. I'm going to hear you.
Wait, now we can see you now. You can see you now.
Oh, okay, we're back.
Oh, okay, we're back.
Pencil. Getting a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Oh, look at us. Yeah, it's the Zoom.
Yay. Okay, good.
But Michael
Plan
had a
B.
plan for this.
this. Michael, what?
Oh, that's right. Well, my question was, I don't know if people know about this, but right, like, or people probably know about this, but a lot of voiceover recording right now is happening remotely, and actors are converting their closets into little recording studios or building little sheds. I'm curious if any of you have like a really kind of interesting story about like what your home recording setup is, something like that. If you want to share.
That's a great question.
Yeah,
all of us.
I was all shy about it at the start of the pandemic, where I was like taking like sheets and stuff and covering all the clothes and everything. And then at one point, the camera was pointed towards like my little like bra underwear area, and I hadn't realized it for probably the first 30 minutes. And I saw it in the little Zoom thing, and I was like, you know what, like, it is what it is. And so I stopped being like shy about it, and I'm in the closet, and I don't care. I don't care what it looks like. The padding helps with the sound, and it is what it is.
Yeah. I had a complete nervous breakdown at the beginning of the pandemic because I was like, there's no way I can make this work, because I live in a very small apartment in New York City, in Manhattan. It's so loud. All the walls are exposed. It's just like insane. I have no space. I have no closets. I have one closet that's like a freestanding closet. And I was sitting on the floor crying and called my friend who's like a carpenter and stuff. And he was like, it's okay, you can do this. And so now all my clothes are in my living room, and I got moving. It was like, it took like a good month of like adding and pulling things and just like figuring out how to do it. But now I go in there for peace and quiet sometimes. And I'm not recording. I just sit in there because it's like the only enclosed space in my whole apartment. But it's pretty miraculous that I figured it out in this tiny little space. But yes, exactly like Charlotte. If I have like sessions with video, it's like, it is what it is. It's tiny. There's like a coat hanging behind me and whatever. But it's kind of amazing. When you asked, what did you guys pick up? I was going to say audio engineering and like booth build, because it's like, yeah, I now know how to edit that stuff, how to, everything. The gain, XLR, whatever. I'm an audio engineer now.
Studios now.
And you stand for Mercy as a carpenter.
We're lucky because my husband's a musician, and so we already had a studio and vocal booth in the house. But because I've had to travel for work, take you guys on a little bit of a tour here, because I want to show you what happens when voice actors, and this is stuff that we had to do anyway before the pandemic, when you're traveling and you have to put something together. Welcome to my hotel room, and this is my current place where I am doing everything right now. So here's my airplane blanket that I use. My head. There's my TLM 103 that hides back here. I put my phone in here to be able to read my lines. I have my preamp and everything down here, and then I put my computer on the ground and hook it up to this so that you don't hear the fan when the fan goes on. And then I hide under that blanket, and I've recorded a ton of stuff. I've done ADR for TV shows. I've done animation. Like, you can. So the cool thing is you can do it without a crazy amount of technology. You just have to be a little, extra resourceful. And it's not as, it looks fun. It's a little bit stressful when you're like, if you're trying to do effort that and you can't jump around or really get the movement in there. But it's always nice to know that you don't have to have the thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment to pull it off. And
Although the TLM
well said
is
the TLM 103 is definitely TLM 103 is definitely
just thousands of dollars.
Just $1,000.
That one's under $1,000. Yeah, that one's just $1,000. But in fairness, again,
you got it for $1,000. The TLM.
I married well, you guys. I married well. I got my sound equipment, and he got insurance, so we did well. We had a nice little trade of offer of things there when we married. But I also have used a hype mic over there to record another show that they had sent me, and that's a very affordable microphone that comes in it's like a little tiny box, and you can travel with it. So again, it's very doable.
Are you talking about the Apogee mic?
Yeah, it's the Apogee Hype Mic.
Yeah.
And it comes in this adorable little box that looks like a DOP kit. It looks like your toiletry kit, and you open it up, and everything is in there.
So cute.
You go on the road with 3 mics. You've got the one in front of you, the Apogee mic, and the TLM 103.
I traveled here with 3 checked bags and 2 carry-ons, and one of those bags is clothing and toiletries, and everything else is, I've set this room up like a giant production studio. Everything else is self-tape equipment and recording equipment and supplements. I have lots of stuff and workout equipment because I didn't want to use. I wasn't sure I wanted to be in a hotel gym.
Totally.
And one of the bags.
I have a whole section over there with adjustable weights. I've got like a whole. Yeah, Mama did not pack light.
What's
But
up?
when does Mama pack light? That's the question. Mama never packs light.
Mama doesn't like to pack light. There was once that I went to a convention that Josh and Theo were at where I was like, you guys, I only brought a carry-on and my little, personal item. And they were like, we're here for a day and a half. What are you going to put in there?
You sound like
Just set up your teleporter and you're fine.
If only. You guys, it's like the greatest tease of my life that I was cast as Symmetra when I wanted a teleporter since I was like 9 years old. So much done. I would get so much done.
It's true.
You get so much done. You'd see all your friends. Just if only. But I digress. So that was I just wanted to show that to people so that they can see like a show and tell of how we often end up having to put things together.
With you. I already was doing animation and stuff and a lot of commercials almost 13 years ago when I had my son. So I had to set up, and at that time they didn't have really good lower priced either USB or XLR mics. So I have a Neumann and TLM 49, and so I already had that, and I had a bunch of other gear, and I had a bunch of interfaces, but the technology in the last decade has gone through the roof. It's like amazing how good it's gotten. So I had all this stuff, and I already would record auditions and things when I needed to in my pantry. I call it pantry productions. It's but it's among all of the stuff. So whenever there's video, you can see like the fruit basket with the bananas and the potatoes hanging behind me, and I never have been ashamed of showing this. And I'm also dragging around all of the gear stuff with the different pieces. But my favorite for when I'm on the road and running around, and even if I'm like going to do BS, is a Shure MV88, which is a tiny little mic that plugs into your phone, and the quality is outrageous. And that's the one, like if I'm going on a trip, not if I'm going to have to do a job, but if I'm going to have to do something that's non-broadcast, even if it could be a smaller job that's non-broadcast, it's incredible. And that one's just tiny, and it comes in a little like golf ball size case, and you just plug it into your phone. It's magic. But this involves you, Chloe. In the beginning, when I started having to do really long animation sessions at home, which is not the norm, like if I do a job for an hour, my computer could hold up, but a 4-hour session is very different on the computer, and my fan kept going off and overheating, and I had to stop and start, and Chloe gave me the tip to put frozen packages of hot dogs under my laptop to keep it cool. And I did it, and it worked. Frozen packages, so I had like rows of frozen packages of hot dogs underneath my laptop.
Oh my God.
Did you eat them after they were cooked?
My son probably did.
From the laptop.
I didn't, but my son. But after that, then I upgraded that computer so it wouldn't happen again.
I wish I had known about that. That would have been so much nicer. I mean, because I'm cooking everything.
You saved me.
That would have been so much nicer. I mean, because I'm cooking everything for myself in a microwave over there. I would have been so nice for this hotel situation.
One blizzard session, and you've got your
you got a meal
for dinner. Done.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So funny.
Clever.
Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way because covers, duvet blankets, so the sound is great. I'm amazed. I am amazed. Like this is all completely amazing. But oh my God, like in LA in the summer, after 5 minutes I was dripping, and I was like, how is my computer and the preamp and everything? So in the beginning I was literally doing things like, okay, I'm going to put my, like, the dress that I'm going to be wearing, I'm going to put it in the freezer. For a whole night, and then I'll put it on. What? I did that.
I love you.
It was so hot, like it's just like duvet, and then 90 degrees outside. So I did that one. I just like put on my freezing dress on, and maybe 8 minutes later, I was dripping with sweat, so it didn't work. So I just had to leave.
That seems so European.
That's I'm like that's some Ben Greenfield biohacking stuff. Like, I'm going to use my cryotherapy dress right now.
Yes.
I'm going to put this on and see if I can increase my metabolic
The fun
rate.
thing is, I would get really, really like hot during just auditions, and I'm not in the booth for that long. And so when I started getting actual sessions, I was like, how am I going to survive for like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours? I thought it was never going to happen. But actually, it's easier with longer sessions, at least for me, just because I'm so focused on the work and I'm doing a good job that I actually forget that I'm that hot. So,
You should start a podcast called Life Hack.
But the chapter.
Yes.
duvet blankets and a freezer.
Also, direct quote from Chloe Hollings. I just forget that I'm that hot, but whatever.
Yes. Well, do you guys want to do some voice lines before we wrap this up?
Oh, no one
Love that.
No one. So I'm going to ask chat to say the hero you want and then the voice line that they have, and I'm just going to pick some random ones. So just at me, then put the hero voice line and then the voice line.
Oh, good luck,
All right,
dude.
chat.
All right.
But yeah. Real quick question now. Are there any mannerisms or phrases they picked up from their respective heroes?
I do this all the time. No, I don't.
No.
No?
I think I was already doing this before I played Symmetra, but I am obsessed with adjusting pictures on the wall. So I don't know that but again, I don't know that was I think that predates playing Symmetra, that as soon as I walk into a room, if there's a frame that's off, like I gotta go straight to it and pick it before we can do anything and fix it.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm doing right now, and it's really fucking weird. Every time that I'm at a con and I take a picture or do a video with somebody, it always ends with boop, boop, boop. I swear to God, I have sometimes been with a friend and we'll take a selfie on a hike, and then at the end, like I'll do the selfie and then I'll don't boop your
What's
friend.
his hand doing? What's his hand?
Another direct quote: don't boop your friend.
Right. It's like auto mode. I just like selfie boop, or at the end of a video for a fan, I'll boop the screen, and if I'm sending a video to a friend explaining something, I'm tempted to boop it because I've done that like thousands of times at this point, and I can't.
I walk by pharmacies sometimes and it'll say the doctor is in, and I'm like, ugh, they're using Mercy's line.
How dare they?
I walk by pharmacies and all I can think of is pharmacy.
Pharmacy, same thing.
That's all I can think of every time I walk by.
I'm like, oh, it's the pharmacy. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go a little rapid fire-ish.
Do it.
All right, you guys
Do it.
ready? Okay, Symmetra, you lack imagination.
Such a lack of imagination.
I would, Sombra, like to stay in chat, not going to.
I'd love to stay in chat, but I'm not going to.
Farah, Rocket Queen, or I am the Rocket Queen.
I am the Rocket Queen.
Mercy, a most impressive display.
A most impressive display.
Symmetra, Altline.
What?
Yahi Param Vastavikta.
Oh, okay. Yahi param vastavikta hai.
Farah, Rocket Jump sounds dangerous.
Rocket jump. That sounds dangerous.
Can I request one?
Yeah.
I want to hear Mercy say, would you say I have a plethora of pinatas?
I love you, Michael.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas?
Let's see. Oh, we got avocado is useless.
Oh, but we
We need Widow and Diva.
Yeah,
Avocados are useless.
Diva, time to raise the APM.
Time to raise my APM.
So good.
Another Diva one. Is this easy mode?
Is this easy mode?
Wow.
Widow, 1 shot, 1 kill.
1 shot, 1 kill.
Wait, they want Michael saying, "Hi, this is Jeff from the Overwatch team."
I don't actually know how he says it, but I could say, "Hello, this is Michael, not from the Overwatch team."
I like that voice line. Delete that voice line. I don't like it in the game.
Mercy, medic, wait, that's me.
Medic. Oh wait, that's me.
Let's see. Oh, another Mercy one. I require medical attention.
I require medical attention. I don't even remember how I said that. That's it.
Some people have requested some Korean lines from Diva as
Oh, there
well.
we go. Go ahead.
Yes.
Awesome.
Did they say which ones?
So they just said, pick
Just all of them.
one.
Diva style. Michael, I know that that's not one of them, but we did record that one, but we couldn't use it.
Now we're paying royalties to Sai.
They're gonna be in trouble here.
What else did she say? 게임을 하면 이겨야지, which means I play to win. And one that I'm getting requested a lot these days is 짱이다, which means how would you say that? That's awesome. That's probably what it is. Yeah.
They're requesting Widow to say, "I forgot I'm that hot."
I forgot I'm that hot.
I feel like Widow can say anything and get away with it with that sexy voice.
Yes, you can.
Widow say, "I forgot to do my taxes."
Widow say?
Yes.
I've got to. No, I was going to do it like Mercy. I've got to do my tax.
Wow, that makes you want to do your taxes.
That's it. That's right. I'm doing whatever Widowmaker tells me to do. I'm done.
Yep. Anything.
Sombra would say, "Hack the taxes."
Sombra, would you please hack my tax?
Hack the IRS.
Your guys' birthday is on tax day, right? Isn't 450?
Yes.
Yes.
Both of them.
Do you guys? Okay, now go through and say your favorite voice line.
Starting with.
Oh, sorry.
A single death can change everything.
I've got you on my radar.
I got a new one that goes, "It's like hacking a marshmallow."
I love it.
What is that one? I haven't heard that one.
Oh my god, it just came out in the little, you know where they do the karaoke stuff?
So fun.
She's hacking,
Oh, yes,
she's
yes, yes.
hacking like a bunch of, she also like steals money from one, like a pizza place and like pays rent for a family. Like it's really funny. I can't
Is this
remember
the same gang? Is this the same game? I haven't played that one.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like my game's not the same as yours. I want to play that game.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that one though. So you might.
The marshmallow one's great, dude.
I already said both of my favorites, but here's the one that sounds the most like my own auntie's. Let us discuss your failures.
I love that one.
Sorry, I'm not a doctor, auntie. I'm so sorry. I failed you. I failed you. I don't have any children. I failed you. Sorry. Oh, no! I have a furry four-legged kid, and he's awesome.
That's all you need.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna go with someone called the Wambulance.
Oh, hi,
Baby
Divas!
Baby.
Oh, there's a real baby diva!
Yeah, I hear.
Is that the real baby diva, or is that the real baby Devo?
Diva is sleeping right now.
I love it.
Be breastfed in about 5 minutes.
Oh.
My favorite would be my ultimate. Nerf this.
Yes.
Way
Love
better than
it.
what I did earlier.
I also like one that's not requested often, but she says, "I know kung fu."
You know what that's from, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Matrix.
Is it Speed? Oh wait.
We don't have to pay royalties for that, dude.
I don't have to pay royalties.
It's a line, not a song, so that's fine.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Well, do you guys have any, any closing thoughts or anything, or?
Well, I did have a thought that we have 1,500 people watching, and there's been probably more in and out of the chat. And I just want to point out that to me, that's crazy, because if we're on a panel at a Comic-Con, like maybe the space holds 300 people, and then there's like people watching on screens. But the fact that there's 1,500 people on right now is like a huge freaking auditorium. Like, thank you guys so much for joining. How special.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's true.
And if anything, I would love for people to take a look at that and realize that no matter where you are in the world right now, no matter what your quarantine situation, if you are on lockdown, if you are maybe living solo and missing human connection, know that you may be solo physically, but you are so not alone. There are so many places you can reach out. There are so many places you can connect. You can connect with people here on the Twitch, on all sorts of other places. Please don't allow yourself to feel like because you're in isolation you are alone, because you're not alone. All of us are going through this together, and there's always someone to reach out to, and we're so grateful for this community. We cannot begin to tell you enough how grateful we are that this community is so here and so together for each other.
That is well said. Thank you, Anj. That is well said. We are all in this together. It's been incredible. So thank you, guys. Thank you all for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And then you guys can find, for anyone in the chat, you can type in !sign or !autograph, and that'll take you to the signing page, and they have all their socials there. So Instagram and whatnot at the top, so you guys can find it there.
Hosting.
Yeah, thank you, Fitz.
No, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for hosting.
Thank you for
Thank you. And Michael, thank you for moderating with Fits for Everything.
Awesome
so nice
question.
to see you. We miss you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see everyone in person again and do some elbow bumps or,
God.
Like all-
Yeah,
I'm gonna hug you, dude. I don't care. I'm gonna hug you.
Squeeze.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all for hanging out, chilling, and we will see you all later. So talk to you later.
Thank you, guys. Mwah. Thank you, guys.